Hi again, and welcome to part two of our staff meeting. I started to get rushed at the end of our staff meeting, part one, when I started to look at the time at the bottom. So I was rushing through the discussion board philosophies. So if you have any questions about that, you can bring that up at our conference call next Wednesday. But again, just we're open to making some changes to the discussion boards going forward, and we already have made some of those changes. So let's go into the important dates. Classes begin Monday. Would like your courses open and available Friday night around midnight. That way our students can go in and start printing off the syllabi and joining their group and those kinds of things. So hopefully everything will be ready by Friday night. If there is a problem getting your course up and open on Friday night, just send me an email and let me know what's going on. By around the fourth day of the semester, we would like to make sure that the students have found their courses and have logged in and participated. And right now we have decided that we are going to keep this MIA board located where it always has been. So I'll take you to that site right now. So when you log into the your discussion board, and you see your courses will be listed here. Scroll down under My Organizations, and there is a brand new organization that we've just created this semester called ECE Online Info Center. This is for the students only, and we're trying to decide if it's something that instructors should be in this course, in this info center. There's a lot of great information in there. We just haven't decided if that's something that you would want to be included in, so please let me know. The place that we will continue to report students that are missing is in the ECLC faculty organization, and we decided that's the old name of our course. It used to be called the Early Childhood Learning Community. It's been renamed to the ECE Online, but we're still using the same site. So in here you will just click on there, and you'll see that there are instructions about how to report students that have not logged on or have not participated by the fourth day of the course. It says everywhere in the syllabus, on the the course overview, every place that we have when students first log in, that they have to introduce themselves by the fourth day. They can drop without penalties and things if we can get a hold of them within the first 4 days of the class. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like looking at last semester's MIA board. You just come in and each student gets their own thread, so to speak. So here the instructor put in here that the student has not logged in, has named the course, and here the advisor has responded back of what she has done. So that's all you can do. You don't have to worry beyond that point if you do that step. It's not something you have to continue to ask about. So it's unfortunate. Some students do change their mind even after classes get going. So that's something that has to happen. I want you to report the students. If they have not logged in by Thursday, start reporting them on Friday. They have, I believe, until Tuesday, the following Tuesday, to drop the class. Let me go back and show you the ECE info site. This is something that the students see. Again, there's a lot of great links here. It's nothing brand new, but it's something that will link one place for students to go to find all kinds of information. Oh, the screen's not large enough, but you can see there's a lot of things here about being a Bearcat. Here, meet the online staff. You can come in here and see who's on here. We also have listed a lot of the other instructors and things in here. So there's a lot of great information, how to get registered, all kinds of things that the students will use. If you think that this is a place that you would be interested in being enrolled in, let me know. I don't think that it's something that is necessary unless you really would like to be enrolled there. So, all right, let's go back to the agenda. And the next major topic to discuss, and I've brought this up a couple times in previous staff meetings, is this disposition statement. So I'm actually going to walk you through all the steps, and I have a document that I'm going to send out. But to back up and give you a little bit of the philosophy of where I'm coming from on this, We have students that, for whatever reason, life gets in the way, and it's necessary for them to drop. Obviously, this is the very first first couple weeks. If they can drop, they can get a full refund all the way up until January 20th. Again, this is not something you have to tell students about. It's just for your information. And then up to January 26th, just the next week, they can drop with a 50% refund. But then the last day to drop without other kinds of penalties, financial aid penalties, those kinds of things, is down here, March 20th. What's problematic this semester is we have spring break during that week. So even if you let students know ahead of time, here you're having some issues, do you want to work together on creating a plan for success? We really need to get that email out to the students like the week of March 2nd. And I give you the words, what to say, to include in the message, and I've actually added a little bit to that. So here's the document that I send to you. And this is the one that I'm going to send to you after I complete the staff meeting. But typically, this is what I send to you. Here's the last day to withdraw from the course. Here are the advisor names. And in the blue, this is what you copy and paste into an email to a student. So we're notifying the student of the last day to drop. We're letting them know our concerns. Hopefully this is not the first time that they're hearing from you. Hopefully this is about week 8. You have already either phoned them or emailed them privately to discuss your concerns, whether it's about their assignments or participation. So by this point, it's not really a surprise that they're struggling. What we really want to emphasize is that we are more than happy to help them develop a plan. So it's only week 8 up until week 14. If they can, the two of you come up with a plan for success, that's really the end goal. If they don't think that they'll be successful for whatever, we have them contact their advisor. We never give them advice to drop a class. This is something that they need to discuss with their advisor. There are so many other ramifications to dropping a class that maybe we're not aware of. So we just, we never give them that counsel. But here's where I'm giving you some more background of what next steps should happen. So obviously, if we're already concerned about a student, and they agree that they are struggling and they come up with a plan, this kind of plan should be documented in some way so that we can keep track of some of the struggling students. Sometimes it's just this kind of plan and they get on the right foot and get with a tutoring center or whatever. But occasionally it's happened where we have students graduating from our program and I have instructors saying to me, how in the world did they get this far with these many difficulties? And that is really what I'm trying to head off on the front end, that if we can support some of these students earlier on, we won't get to the end and say, how in the world, with these kind of writing abilities, have they gotten this far? So that's where this kind of documentation will really, really help. I know it might sound a little scary that we're documenting what is going on here, but in the end, I think it's really going to support our students. So I've explained that here. And briefly, I'm going to go over the steps. So step 1 is that you've already had a private conversation with the student about their struggles. If you just are grading their assignments and saying you need to use spell check, that does not constitute having a having communication with a student. It really needs to be a specific email or a phone call detailing your concerns. Then step 2 is when that email gets sent saying, if you're not going to make improvements, you might want to drop, talk to your advisor about dropping the class. The advisors are emailed as well. This is really a courtesy that we are doing for our students. Many other programs don't do this. They don't make this timeline aware, their students aware of this timeline. So it's really a courtesy that we're doing. I know so many of you are so conscientious and really care about your students that you really want to know what's going on and what kind of things the advisors have found out. That's really not something, unless there's a real specific reason why you need to know what's going on. You're doing your duty by letting the advisors know and letting the student know that there's a struggle. So the advisors may or may not contact you about the situation. So after you've notified everybody of your concerns, step 3, if the student decides to contact you about a plan, now you are going to pull up the disposition, the brief disposition statement form, which I'm going to show you in just a second. And the action taken box on the form is where you're going to type in what the plan is that you're going to do with the student. I'll show you this. You've had conversations, so you'll be able to check the boxes. And step 4, and this is the part that we've not really gotten to in any other trainings, after you've completed the whole report, which I'll show you in a minute, there are 2 arrows at the bottom that make it look like you're going to the next page. It actually doesn't go to any other page. It submits the form. So before you get to that point, and that's why I have it highlighted in yellow, I want you to make a copy of the entire disposition report so that you have a copy. You can send me a copy, and you can send the student a copy. The way to copy the whole page is to hit Control-P, which will then force you to save it as a PDF file. After you save it as a PDF file, that's when you'll hit the 2 arrows at the bottom to submit it. When you send this report to the student, I want you to reassure them that this is not, a punishment form. This is just a way that we're documenting that everybody's on the same page. In all honesty, I've had some plans in place that instructors have put in place, and then for whatever reason the instructor doesn't teach for us the next semester, and it's very difficult to find out what the agreement was without having something official in writing. So I'm going to now show you, and so there's the link that would take you to the disposition report that I'm going to pull up right now and show you. So here is the report, and I've gone ahead and just filled it out just to show you. Put the name, your name is here for the instructor's name, and the date, of course, and whether or not, this is not a huge issue if you're not sure if they're in the birth through 5 or the pre-K associate, whether they're associate degree or bachelor student, that's not a huge issue. Definitely want to know the course title. And, there's a choice here that if you want to report someone's exemplary behavior, that's great. But really this is to report a concern in this situation. And here's a whole list of concerns that you can have. Because we're an online program, we're probably not going to choose professional behavior being punctual. Although if they are habitually not turning things in on time, that could be something you choose. I know a lot of the ones that I keep hearing about have to do with professional communication, having to do with responding to constructive feedback, and even just professional behavior when addressing issues in the course. So there are several ones here that definitely can apply with how our students are participating. Here's the area for to just kind of give a brief explanation of what's going on, and here's the steps that you have agreed to take with the students so that they have a plan in place to be successful in the semester. Where it says, I have shared a copy of this report with the candidate, you're going to choose yes, because you're going to immediately mail this to them after you have a copy. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I can't scroll any further down. I've had a meeting with the candidate. You have, because you've already had email conversations or other conversations. And then the very last one is the candidate has been informed that they can respond to this, and the answer is yes. Unfortunately, I can't show you the 2 little arrows at the bottom. It doesn't have any name, it doesn't say submit, nothing. If you hit that, the report is gone and you cannot get a copy of it. So at this time, you would want to hit Control-P, save it as a PDF. So we can talk about this further on Wednesday if you have any other questions. So that is the disposition statement. You can see where spring break is. We don't expect anyone to participate over spring break. Then grades are due May 6th. I'll send many other reminders about that. Finally, I just want to show you around, if I have enough time here, when I just FYI, if you wanted to get to see what our early childhood website is, we have our own early childhood education online page, and lots of things here for our students, especially current students. They have many links you might be interested in, about licensure, bookstore, all kinds of things. We have a program handbook here that you might want to be aware of. So definitely poke around there, and I'll send you a link to that. And the last place that I wanted to take you to, and I'm probably going to run out of time, is to make you aware of some professional development opportunities when you are logged in to your Blackboard site using lynda.com. And you'll see it's towards the bottom of your page when you log in, and it looks like I'm probably going to run out of time here. But it is a way that you can, learn all kinds of new things for Blackboard, even personally. Here we go. If you scroll all the way down, it's at the very bottom of the page when you log in, and you can click to log into lynda.com and do some professional